All right, so team training, it really acts as a catalyst to our members' one-on-one training. So anybody who comes in and purchases one-on-one personal training also has team training with it. And you can see my screen, correct, Kayla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so they also have one-on-one training and then the team training as well. So we want them to come 3 to 4 times a week. When a member meets with our member experience manager in the fitness consultation, they discuss where they're at now and their goals, where they want to be, and then the timeline it's going to take to get there if they are working out with a professional 3 to 4 times a week. So ultimately, we know that most people can't afford 3 to 4 times a week with, one-on-one with a trainer. So we have team training to supplement that. So if someone's coming, for example, 2 times a week with a personal trainer, we want them to come to team training at least 1 time a week additionally, or 2 outside of their one-on-one training. And their personal trainer is responsible to schedule that and hold them accountable for that. So when a member comes in to the fitness consultation, purchases personal training, the member experience manager sets them up with a Club Ready member app and then schedules their first team training session. From there, the personal trainer will then meet with them for their first one-on-one session, and that's where every week you will schedule out their team trainings week by week. You can go from there so that they're at least coming 3 to 4 times a week, and the personal trainer is holding them accountable to the one-on-one and team training so that we can reach those results that we talked about in the fitness consultation. And then we're seeing results every month in the fitness evaluations as well. So with team training, it is pre-programmed and progressive. We're introducing a new structure this summer, so starting May 1st. And with that, what it entails is it's every 2 weeks. It's more of a circuit setting, I guess, for each team training, endurance, and power. But every 2 weeks, you are on a different structure. And then it's quite open as to the personal trainers or the coaches get to put in the exercises themselves. So you follow the structure that is outlined for you, and then it'll say, for example, cardio move, and you get to put in there a move that would work well with the space that you have, the resources that you have, the amount of people that you have from there. So we're really putting the programming not only in the trainer and coach's hands, but we're making it available for you guys to program around space and the tools and resources you have. Guidance and coaching, so that's going to come from, of course, the personal trainer. Now, people do have the option to do team training only if they don't want to do one-on-one training, or they're not able to do one-on-one training. They can do team training alone, and the MXM meets with them every month to do the fitness evals, tries to hold them accountable as well to create that consistency. The motivation, of course, comes in the session from the coaches, and we're really trying to create a team environment, community support feel within each session. All right, so when you're getting started with a team training session, so the session itself, let's say, starts at 8 a.m. We need 10 to 15 minutes of prep time, and that's all. So some things that you need to know, and your MXM will help you locate these and show you the logistics of the club and the program in your club, is the team training binder. Within that binder, the MXM is responsible to keep the templates, blank templates, printed and available for you so that you can grab them and program off of them. Use them when you're coaching, and then place them back in the binder. We do that for a couple of reasons. One, so that we can, review the programming, making sure we're using a lot of different equipment, the members are getting great workouts from the coaches, and so that you can see what has happened earlier that week. So if you look at yesterday and you see that somebody had burpees twice, in their programming, maybe today we should stay away from burpees because we do have people coming every day of the week. So it's just a good idea to add the variety there as well. And then you'll also have in the binder blank team training sign-in sheets, and the MXM is also responsible to keep those in there. If you ever are lacking either of those two, please reach out to the MXM and just let them know that we need some more printed and placed in the binder. On the sign-in sheet, every member that enters that room and takes that session will sign in on there, whether they're a member or a guest. You'll make sure that you have the stations, equipment, whatever you're using, the whole setup set up prior to start time. You're going to have to use your Club Ready check-in. So you will download Club Ready Team as a staff member. Okay, and that's where we check in on, and it goes right to Club Ready desktop as well and into our reports so that we can see non-usage for team training. So you'll need to not only have them sign in on the sign-in sheet, but you'll also have them check in, or you will check them in, I guess I should say. We'll talk about that in a second, on the Club Ready Team app. And then, like I said before, the Club Ready members, they are team training members, they have Club Ready member app, and that's how they pre-book into each session. Okay, so when the member meets for the fitness consultation with the MXM, they download Club Ready member with the MXM right there, and then schedule their first team training session. We want them to do that because we have a cap on all sessions. We don't want over 12 members in a session for a couple reasons, for space, equipment, resources, and we do want that one-on-one feel of coaching. And once we get over 12, we really lose that. So we want them to pre-book into each session. Now, if somebody is not pre-booked in and you are checking everybody in, everybody that's signed in on the sign-in sheet should be in your Club Ready Team app as well. If they're not, you can go ahead and add them. However, we do want to let them know that in the future, today I can add you, but in the future, we do want you booking in so that you can really create your spot or hold your spot in the session. So do you know how to do that? Do you have the app? And just make sure you ask them if they need any help with that or if they're unfamiliar with it, so that we can kind of set the expectations moving forward. And we'll talk about the app in a little bit here in more detail. And then just make sure also at this time you're doing pre-session greetings, encouraging everybody to join, introduction greetings, explain what's happening. Some people get a little bit nervous and intimidated, so make sure you're welcoming and just let them know, session's going to start in about 3 minutes. Just make sure you grab your water, a towel, whatever you have, and I'll let you know right when session starts what's going on. Get to know your members as well. So knowing their first names is great. Here's the sign-in sheet that will be located in the binder. So the coaches put the date, the time, and then of course coach name. Everybody who's taking that session should write their name here and then check if they're a team training member or a guest. Of course, we want as many people as possible to try these out, so it's great to have guests. But the other nice thing about this is the MXM can review this, see who was a guest, and contact them to try to get them enrolled. Or you as a coach can review this right before the session, see who's a guest, and give them a lot of attention. Make sure you ask how it went after. Try to get them enrolled. If they are interested, then we set an appointment up with them with the MXM, and the coaches get a $25 enrollment bonus for that. So let's talk a little bit about the Club Ready Team app. This is what the coaches have. So make sure you download this. You can download it now when you're done with the session, but always before your coaching one. So you'll download the Club Ready Team, And then your username and password is the same username and password for Club Ready that you use on the desktop that either Chad or myself provided to you. If you don't have it or you can't remember it, please reach out to us so we can help you with that. And then here are the steps, once you have it downloaded, on how to check people in. So, of course, this is always before the session start time. And make sure you're looking at the sign-in sheet as well. And you're going to go ahead and click on classes down here. And then make sure you click on My Classes up top. And then it's going to show, of course, all of the classes that you are teaching. You'll click on that class, and then it's going to show you all the attendees here. Okay, so hopefully everybody is pre-booked in. If you have a guest, anyone else, you just click Add Attendee, type in their name, and they will pop up because they will be in the system. And then to check show or no show, to actually check if they're there or not there, you have to do this for each individual. It doesn't take long at all. You'll just swipe left on these two little lines and it will say show, no show, and you click whichever one it is. Okay, so we will have some people who pre-booked in but don't show up. So of course, check them in correctly. All right, so that is the team training app. Here's the programming as well. So there will be blank templates located, I should say, in the team training binder. Go ahead and grab one, program off of it, use it, and then make sure you place it back in the binder. Team training endurance is offered Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So if you're coaching on any of those days, you're going to be doing endurance. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, if you have that at your club, will be team training power. Okay, along with the team training programming, you will receive a short webinar YouTube video that will explain the programming in detail because it's going to change every 2 weeks. So you will get sent the template that you should be using. There's A through D. So let's say it's in the next 2 weeks we are working on program D. You'll get a team training endurance, team training power, and then you'll also get a small YouTube video explaining the structure, how to follow it, really. Okay, when we're looking at the programming as well, you can see there's target heart rates listed here. So that's intensity. We want to always coach off of the intensity, especially if you're using the FitMetric system at your club. This is a huge coaching point here. So if Joe, if we're doing this Tabata section and Joe is at 60% and we're only seeing blue, orange, whatever color it may be up on the screen, we definitely want to get after Joe and let him know we want to see red here. Let's kick it down. Some ways to do that are increase weight, increase speed, all of those things. So coach off of that stuff, just like you would in a one-on-one session.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so getting amped up for team training. So, of course, we want these sessions to be super exciting. That's the fun part about them, and that we have more individuals in there creates excitement as well. So make sure when you're doing that pre-workout organization, getting everybody set up, checked in, be loud, have fun, be excited, make yourself approachable and available for questions. Make sure you're wearing your attire, Anytime Fitness apparel, so that people know who you are and who the coach is. And then once the session starts, so again, 8 a.m. starts, the warm-up starts immediately. Okay, the warm-up and cool-down are the exact same throughout the quarter. So through all the way through July, end of July, it will be the same warm-up and cool-down. And that's okay. They're dynamic or static stretches. We want to see improvement in the moves. And we also want our members to get comfortable doing them so we don't change them. So you'll get a video of the warm-up and cool-down. You just need to learn that once. You can coach that or do that with them. They'll all be doing it at the same time, of course. And then just make sure during the workout portion, you're coaching and moving around and demoing and assisting people from there not doing the workout, the entire workout itself. Demonstration, there's always time for demonstration. So make sure when you put the exercises in there, of course, you're comfortable with demonstrating them, explaining them. You always want to demonstrate the move that you have. So for example, we're doing a push-up. You are going to demonstrate a, correct form push-up. Now, if somebody during the workout needs a modification, you can go ahead and offer that to them just like you would in a one-on-one session. So that makes it feel very one-on-one to them. And if we offer a lot of different levels of modification right away, people are going to take the easier one, or they're going to expect you to always give 8 different options, for each move, which gets to be way too stressful for the coach. And then we really lose the kind of the accountability and the intensity within the workout itself. So once we're done with the warm-up, then again, we would demo whatever it is, whatever station it is, talk about the setup of the workout, and then the workout begins immediately. So everything's timed or on the clock. Again, make sure you're working on transition times. We want it to be very fluent. So talk people in and out of, the time. If we have 10 seconds left, let them know 10, 9, and then if we have a 20-second recovery or transition to the next station, make sure you count them back in so they know what to expect and when to start. It goes a lot smoother that way. And then make sure if you need to, you're demoing, pausing a movement, pausing a person if we're not performing a move right. Break it down with them. You can definitely do that. You're not holding anybody else back because everybody else is doing, a different station or their own thing. All right, and then again, intensity. We always coach off of intensity so that we can get the results we're looking for. So I will tell you firsthand that if you stick to the intensity, you can burn up to 500 or 600 calories with these workouts. So make sure you're pushing these individuals to their, the capacity that we're looking for in the programming. So if we want you at 90 to 100%, we need to coach you on that, explain how we can get there, and then really help them get there. Target heart rate should always be applied, again, for those using fit metrics. So make sure you're looking at the programming. That should be what you're seeing on the screen. Instruct members to focus on form. Form always comes first because, that's safety, and we want them to get as much out of the move as they can. And then you can start adding more variables like speed, intensity, weight, those kind of things. Encourage all members to challenge themselves. So we want to be pushing, set the expectation high that, in your session, we are here to work and we're going to work hard. Announce the time. We already talked about that. So people, some of these workouts, some things are 1 to 2 minutes long, which can get a little long. So make sure you're distracting them a little bit, talk, announce the time, keep them motivated throughout the timed workouts. And then once the workout's finished, you move right to the cool down. Again, that's more static stretching. There is a little bit of dynamic stretching in it, and that stays the same throughout as well. All right, and then we have the pop effect. So this is something I like to talk about as it really reflects not only the team training program and the personal training program at your club, but also, the club itself. So we need you to be professional. By being professional, show up on time, make sure you're wearing your apparel, follow the programming. Customer service should be 100%. Make sure you're a positive and active listener. All of the things listed here, and then just be a great coach. Organization, so be prepared. Make sure you're allowing yourself enough time to program, get there, set up, check everybody in, start on time, know where your binder is. There should always be the blank sign-in sheets, again, and workout templates. That's the MXM's responsibility. Music selection and volume. So know what you're going to have for music. Most people use Spotify or Pandora or a playlist. And then once you are introduced with the MXM and work on the logistics in your club, just make sure that you know how to use the music box at your club. Okay. And then transition methods. So keep things very smooth. Follow the clock. You should always either be using a stopwatch, or if your club has a big clock in it, you can use that as well. We want to stay away from phones as much as we can. And then personality. So this is something that can really not be taught. You guys just have to make sure you're coming out of your shell and bringing a big personality into each session. I always say obnoxious isn't a bad thing when we're coaching a group, because they feed off of that and that energy builds. And people just have fun. So make them feel good, challenge them, but have fun as well. Core areas to focus on in the programming. So these are just some of the ones listed when we're looking at the programming itself. So let's look at it here. Again, everything, the total time for every section is listed. And we also have the target heart rate or intensity that we should be coaching off of. Make sure you watch the YouTube videos that I send out every Friday with the programming as well, so that you know how to follow the structure, how this should be completed, and then the cool down as well. So again, you'll just have to learn the cool down and warm up one time and you'll be set for a couple months here. Okay, so within the programming, you're going to see things listed based off of the Super 6. So it's a very balanced program. And we incorporate all different muscle groups so that it's, of course, balanced and we get results evenly throughout the body. So, for example, if you see on the programming that the move should be an upper body push, these are the muscles included in an upper body push here. Okay, so that gives you a visual and then some examples that you can use. So, for example, if it lists upper body push, you could do a push-up, but you can do any variation of a push-up. You can do a wall push-up, you can do a floor push-up, uneven push-up, one-handed push-up, push-up on the Bosu ball, whatever works for you and you guys have. Get creative with those moves. Okay, and then upper body pull. Again, muscle groups here. We're working in that move, some examples. And then it works through lower body push. Same thing, lower body pull. So use this as a reference. I will send this to you as well, so that you can check this over and make sure you're programming correctly. And if you have any questions, if you need any assistance at all with further ideas, programming, talk to your MXM or reach out to Chad or myself, and we'd be happy to help you with that. And then we also have the cardiovascular exercise movement. So you're going to see in there that we do have interval training. Why? It's the #1 way to strengthen the heart, burns a ton of calories, and it allows for a lot of variety to keep people, guessing, moving. Typically, they're pretty quick and short, so it makes the session go by quite fast as well. Here's some suggestions. So you can get crazy with it. I highly recommend, if you have enough equipment available, if you have spin bikes at your club, enough treadmills for your session, get on those, because those are the best way. Oh, there we go. Those are the best way to get the heart rate up nice and high and then create variety. However, if you don't have enough resources available, here's some ideas as well. Remember, cardio is also drills. So if you have a cone drill, any sort of drill that you can come up with, find online, you are aware of, those are always fun as well for cardio intervals. Cardio prescription. So again, we're working off of either the FitMetric system That's what we're coaching intensity off of, or a non-traditional RPE scale, so 1 through 5. So if we're hitting that top of the interval and we want to be working hard, you need to let your members know, 1 out of 5, we are out of 5. We're near fatigue. We can't talk. We can't stay here for more than a minute. Give them a visual of what we're looking for, and they're going to be more likely to increase that intensity. Okay, basic training methods to bring into team training. Safety always comes first. These, again, are really small group sessions, so you should be able to tend to each member and instruct highly on form and, of course, then safety. When you're setting up a form in a movement, when you're demoing or showing one, make sure you start from the bottom and work your way up. Okay, so where are my feet? Where are my knees? Where are my hips? Where's my spine? And then work your way up. People follow that much better. Spotting methods, use these as if you're in a one-on-one session. So if Joe is doing a stability ball chest fly and it's not looking very difficult, and we want to challenge him to increase his weight, make sure you spot him first and then, let him go. Move on from there. You're good. But make sure you're giving that one-on-one attention. Modifications, we always talked about that. So we do want to offer those levels of difficulty to the individuals who need it, who visually need it. We can see that. However, don't get too wild with it because people will expect that, and then we lose control of those movements. Eye level with the client, so make sure if we're coaching a plank, we're down low, coaching, motivating from there. Distractions, if you have team training located not in the studio, or if you're out using cardio equipment or something like that, make sure that you don't just move everybody out and lose control of the members and the session. Okay, make sure you keep them engaged, on track. We're announcing times, very focused, and then we, move back or in and out from there. Always give compliments, and then another huge thing to bring, and this is a piece of the professionalism, is to educate them on why we're doing a move. Okay, what muscles are we working, what we should be feeling. That's coaching at a high level. So team training program logistics. So Fridays will be the introduction of the new programming for the following week. Again, starting May 1st, everything will be sent in 2-week blocks. So you will get on this Friday your next 2 weeks. So you'll get it'll be actually April 30th and May 7th. And you'll follow the programming for 2 weeks. You'll have the warm-up and cool-down video in there, and then the short YouTube explaining the programming as well. Okay, so we're piloting, again, a little bit different structure. Make sure you guys put your exercises within there. Reach out to Chad and I if you have any questions. Every quarter is typically when we introduce a new structure or program. However, right now we're just going to go with every 2 weeks to keep it we're changing and add that variety, I should say. Schedules are released quarterly, so we update the schedules every quarter or as needed. MXMs are responsible for team training at your club. So if you need to find a sub, somehow, for some reason change the sessions that you're coaching or the schedule, please reach out to your MXM. They are responsible for all of that. Execution and selling of it as well. So again, if you have a member, you talk them into trying it out, or if you have a client who has been at the gym for 3 years and they don't have team training added to their membership, then, you get them to try it out. Make sure you create that link with the MXM so that you get that $25 bonus. And we also get them enrolled into the program. Make sure you follow the structure and the programming 100%. Again, we're putting it a little bit more into the coach's hands now as to what exercises are being put in there. So have fun with that, but do follow the structure. And encourage all members and clients to try out team training. So it's an awesome program. I recommend everybody who's coaching it to take a team training or 2 sessions before you start coaching so that you can actually be on the member side and feel what they're feeling as well. But really try to promote it to everybody. And then again, if you get a new enrollment, you get the $25 bonus. It does target every level of fitness because we have professionals coaching it. So as I know, a professional personal trainer can coach a 15-year-old. I also know that they can coach and train a 80-year-old. So you guys have control of that and you're able to modify as needed per the individual. And then payroll for team training. All team training sessions are listed as an hour in Club Ready. So that does cover your prep and cleanup time. And the MXM is responsible for adding you into the schedule. You will see it on your app and on the Club Ready desktop version as well. Onboarding time, I will note, Chad or I will note the onboarding time and then send that to payroll. So you guys will get paid for that, of course, as well. And then any ongoing trainings or webinars will be sent through a Google form. If they ever are sent through a Google form, make sure you watch them and then answer the questions in the form, submit it back, and that goes right to payroll. So it's very easy in that sense. There's no paper trail for payroll. And then the team training checklist is last here. So again, when you meet with your MXM, make sure you know the binder location, workouts and sign-in sheets. So make sure you look in the binder, see what's in there, what you're going to use for music and how to use the music box, the sign-in sheet placement location and the completion process. So again, everybody signs in prior to each session and then you check them in on your app as well before the session starts. Program introduction. So if that, we do get that 2-week block introduced, it is the Friday before. So if for some reason you do not have it, make sure you reach out to me and we will get that to you. And then you're required to watch or attend training prior to implementing that. So we're doing onboarding now. Anything else sent to you, just make sure you watch that. And then download the Club Ready Team app. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me here. Or if you cannot get a hold of me, Chad is a great resource as well, so you can reach out to him. All right. So do you have any questions, Kayla?